Good morning. Happy Friday. I decided to go live today. Wait for a few more people to get in and then we will get started. We're going to do the next 24 hours for all signs. What is the tea? What is the scoop? Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're having a great Friday. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Darcy. How are you? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Roland. Happy Friday. If you were watching after the live stream, I will put timestamps down below on YouTube. I could not get my StreamYard working before I wanted to go live, so I will get that figured out later. Good morning, Sandy. Hi, Gilla. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hi, Kathleen. Are you guys ready for the weekend? You guys have big plans? Hi, Sandy. Happy Friday to you. Is it Maricel? Hopefully I said that correct. If not, I apologize. Hi, Tam Bam. New to you, but not new to this. Well, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining my live. I do not go live very often. I need to start going live more, but it's hard. It's summertime. My kids are, my older ones anyway, are home, so they're a little bit louder. My little one is at daycare, so that helps a little bit. But hi, Jonetta. Hi, Erndria. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize if not. Hi, Monica from Michigan. Hi, Avetta. Jennifer. Good morning. We're going to do all signs the next 24 hours. What is the tea? We're going to use these tea leaf cards, so that's why I named it What's the Tea? What's the Scoop? Keep in mind, it is general collective. Only take it if it resonates. If it's not yours, don't take it. Just leave it back out there for someone else to pick up. If you're watching after the live, I will put the timestamps down below for YouTube or the other channel. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I know you guys are probably busy. Some of you might be at work, some of you are not. Hi, Becky. Hi, Deborah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with Aries first. All right, Aries, the next 24 hours, what is going on? What's the tea for those with Aries placement for the next 24 hours? Aries, Aries. Okay, so in the next 24 hours, you're gonna feel like something is just missing in your life and you're just gonna feel completely dissatisfied. And it could have something to do with family. Maybe you want a family or your family isn't the greatest and you're realizing that you're constantly going through karma, you're constantly having drama around you, and it's really just kind of taking a whirlwind on you, Aries, in the next 24 hours. So let's find out what this is. What is this situation that Aries is dealing with? What is the circumstances surrounding the situation for Aries in the next 24 hours? Because you're not going to be happy. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel satisfied. Yeah, we've got that Queen of Cups in reverse. So you feel a sense of emptiness, a sense of not finding joy or satisfaction. And it could be because perhaps you're wanting love and you don't have love. Maybe you're wanting a relationship and you've been dissatisfied potentially with the people you've encountered. Maybe you've encountered a lot of broken people. What is this dissatisfaction here for Aries? Yeah, you want your divine counterpart. You want your divine person. You've got the Queen of Cups energy, but you want your King of Cups. But there's a misalignment here. You're going through a lot of karmic energy. Why are you going through such karmic energy that has to do with your family? This could be karma passed down from other generations that have not been addressed. You have not been able to satisfy or recognize that you don't have to constantly fight to prove yourself to anyone around you. So if you have family that has an opinion of who you should date or who you should be with, you're not recognizing the lesson is that you have to know who you are without your person or your family or your friends or your coworkers or your neighbors telling you who you should be with. And the lesson for your karmic lesson that you haven't fully learned for some of you is that self-love, that you don't care or don't need to care what other people think. So in the next 24 hours, you're recognizing that in the future, certain people can't be a part of your journey, and certain patterns or beliefs about yourself that you believe are not to be true. What's being hidden is there's some inner work that you're needing to do with that Eight of Pentacles being hidden at the bottom of the deck. So you're really needing to work on loving yourself, getting into a place of peace and acceptance with saying, you know what, if this person's negative and they're unhealthy for my self-esteem or my confidence, I don't want them to be a part of my life. And recognizing that you are going to have to detach that karmic tie that you have with that family member, or maybe it's a friend. So let's get you one more card of advice, Aries. What is the advice for Aries outside of that in the next 24 hours? This one wanted to come out. Open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal your situation. This is what you're needing to do. You're needing to fully open up your heart chakra to yourself and recognize who you are, and you have the potential to release any healthy or toxic relationships that have that karmic negative energy around you. All right, let's move on to Taurus. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Happy Friday. All right. Taurus. What is the energy for Taurus in the next 24 hours? If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Those with Taurus placement, what's happening in the next 24 hours? What's happening in the next 24 hours for Taurus? Okay, so you're going to find out some information about somebody in the next 24 hours that you're going to contemplate whether or not you want to hold on to this person. You're going to feel really disappointed. You may contemplate for a while, all the way through the month of July, that this friend or this partner is not somebody that is true and genuine, that they're not being honest with you. Somebody may tell you this person has been doing things or saying things about you behind your back, and you're needing to make a decision. And it looks like you're going to feel a sense of loss, but it's a loss that is meant to happen for you. So let's clarify this for those with Taurus placements in the next 24 hours. Yeah. You have a friend that is going to tell you gossip that your other friend has said about you, that it's not been the kindest. And this is somebody who lives at a distance that's going to tell you this information. You're needing to realize this information that comes to you is going to be a positive turn of events. You're going to feel defeated. You're going to feel like, why did my friend talk about me? Why did my friend say that? It's because you're supposed to open up to a different opportunity. Yeah, that Page of Wands, this is being hidden. You don't even see that this information is coming towards you. This distant friend is somebody who is thinking highly of you. They respect you, they value you, and they don't want you to think someone is actually your friend when they're really not. Give me one more about this loss for Taurus. Seven of Cups. You need to recognize you have a choice and decision. You have a lot of choices. You may have a lot more other friends. You may have other people that are in your inner circle that you should be trusting your information with. But it's going to come to light that somebody, and it's going to be really disappointing because maybe you've been friends with this person for a long time. You're going to find out that this person is not serving your highest good. They're talking about you behind your back, and they're not saying the nicest things. All right, let's get card of advice for Taurus. All right, Taurus, what is the best advice? What is the guidance you need to hear? Trust the guidance that you're receiving. You are blessed, you're very brilliant, and you're being presented to clear away this opportunity, and trust that the divine is doing this for a reason. So this situation or circumstance that's happening in the next 24 hours, this information you're finding, is to bring to light for you to let go of this person. This person could be blocking your blessing, being attached to you and your energy. All right, Gemini. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Suzanne. Is it Cudo? Hopefully I said that right. On Gladys. Happy Friday, everybody. You ready for the weekend? I decided to go live I will put the timestamps down below if you're watching after the live. I could not get my StreamYard to work, so I do apologize. But we are on Gemini. All right, Geminis, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Hi, Peter, Arlen, Gwendolyn. Geminis. What is the energy in the next 24 hours for Gemini? What's the tea? Okay, you're going to meet somebody that is going to give you a gift. Now, this gift is in the form of a job potential. You have been looking for a job. You've been asking around people, friends, family. You have not been able to find a job. Well, you've had a lot of loss because you've not been able to get a job. Maybe your bills are stacking up. Maybe you're facing eviction. Well, it looks like you're meeting a stranger who's going to be very significant in the next 24 hours. This person is going to bring a lot of peace to you over a disappointing time. Look at that. We've got the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So this is letting you know that this person is being guided to you. So if you've been praying a lot, asking for that job, asking for an opportunity, asking for help from God or the universe, you're getting the help you need after a time period where you feel completely defeated. You feel like you've hit rock bottom and you have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to turn. You've tried to get jobs and you've fallen short. It looks like this person is coming with an opportunity. Look at that. We've got the Fool. This is going to be a brand new chapter, a brand new beginning. This stranger is somebody that your guides are sending to you because they know that you're ready. You're prepared to accept this. And it's going to be important that you take this new job because not only is it going to replace the income you have, it's actually coming with a raise. So it's coming with more money than the job you had before. So let's get a card of advice for Gemini. What is the advice for Gemini for the next 24 hours? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear, Gemini? Don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine. You deserve to have your dreams come true, and just don't give up. So don't settle for less than. This is letting you know that something really great is popping up for you unexpectedly in the next 24 hours. All right, Cancer. If you're coming in after the live started, I will put the timestamps down below after we are on Cancer placement. I could not get my StreamYard to work before I went live, so I do apologize. Good morning to everybody who's joined. Judy, Nicole, Tammy. Is it Lainey? All right, Cancer placements the next 24 hours. What's going on for those with Cancer placements? You're going to find out something that you did or you said in the month of April is going to come back, and you're going to have to defend yourself. It's going to cause a little bit of temporary problems. So maybe you said something about your partner, your spouse, your significant other, a friend or a family member. Something you said in April is going to come back around to you, and it's going to cause some problems in the next 24 hours. What is this for Cancer placements? You're going to have to defend yourself. Yeah, it could be a family member or it's somebody that you're in a long-term relationship with. It looks like this person doesn't understand why you didn't make it a priority to protect them instead of talk crap about them. They don't understand why you've done that. And you're going to have to defend yourself in the next 24 hours. It looks like you're going to kind of feel stuck. Like you're not sure if your person's going to forgive you or if they're going to be able to move forward with you in the future. You're definitely going to be doing some contemplating because you're going to realize that whatever you said or whatever you've done, you've completely hurt and disappointed your person. They never expected you to say that. So something you said in the month of April is coming back around to bite you in the you-know-what. Give me one more. Yeah. You could be seeing a lot of fives the next 24 hours. It's about conflict and change. There's a big conflict and you're going to have to change what you've done. You're going to have to course correct because your person feels at a loss. They feel like you completely pulled the rug out from underneath of them and they don't understand why you've done that. So there is a problem you're going to have to resolve with your person by defending why you said what you've said. So let's get one card of advice for Cancer. What is the advice that Cancer needs to know. What do they need to hear? Okay, that one forced its way out. It's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek a joyous experience to balance out the situation. So you're being asked, after you defend yourself, that maybe you and your partner need to do something for fun, because you're going to need to lighten up the situation after it happens. All right, let's move on to Leo. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Those that have joined the chat. If you are coming on after the live, I will put the timestamps down below for you. I do apologize. I did not get my StreamYard working before I went live. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Leos, the next 24 hours, what is the tea? What's the scoop? What's going on here? Okay, so you are going to feel forced in a situation that you have to take control of. There's going to be a misunderstanding between you and another person, but instead of Leo fashion, but by being rapid with your words, you're going to have to slow down and back up and understand what has been said. And it's going to be important for you to not react quickly. Think before you speak in the next 24 hours with this situation. So what is the situation for Leo? The Tower. Boom. Boom. Something unexpected is going to erupt. So there's going to be something that you maybe say that is a misunderstanding. Your person says that's a misunderstanding. Don't react. Slow down. Practice counting to 10. Take a deep breath. Don't react instantly. Could be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You may be trying to be confident with your virtue of realizing it is a misunderstanding. And you're going to need to lead with being creative with understanding what this difference is. So what is this Tower? What is the misunderstanding about for Leo and their person? Could be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a coworker also. What is this for Leo? The Wheel of Fortune. So something that is turning, there's a turning point here, and it could be about the priorities in this situation. So if this is a romantic relationship, there could be a misunderstanding about what the priorities need to be next, what the next steps are, that the two of you are making plans for the future. There could be a misalignment where the two of you are not on the same page because maybe one of you thought it was one thing and the other one thought it was something else. If it's a coworker, maybe it's about your shift or your hours. You thought they were going to cover your shift because you went on vacation. They thought they weren't covering the shift because you weren't going on vacation. There's definitely a misunderstanding. Don't react rapidly because whatever it is, this Tower is being created for a reason. All right, let's get some advice for Leo. What is the advice for those with Leo placement? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. It's just been a bumpy start. Learn from the experience and keep going. So stay in the course of understanding that don't react rapidly, but slow down. Think about what you need to say. Think about what the misunderstanding was and how you can actually correct it going forward. All right, let's move on to Virgo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Good morning. Is it Lila? Good morning, Ty. Happy Friday, Vera. Hope you guys are having a good day. If you're joining after the live, I will put the timestamps down below. All right, those with Virgo placement, what's happening in the next 24 hours? You're about to step into a brand new experience. It's something that is creative. So let's see what this experience is. Somebody at a distance is going to reach out to you, and they want to make you happy by reaching out to you. And this is going to be a new experience that you have not been through. So what is this new experience? Ooh, we've got the Two of Cups. So this is a romantic partnership. So somebody that maybe you were in a relationship with, you had a really strong connection at one point. This person could have Leo or water in their chart. This person is coming in really strong, letting you know that they want something stable, they want something solid, they want something secure with you. And they're wanting to have a fresh start. Give me a little bit more. What's the past with Virgo and this person? This person is seeing the truth of as to why you cut them away in the past. They now want reconciliation. This could be somebody that you were married to, somebody that you were with for a very long time. This person wants to return back. They want to have a new experience. They want to have a new start. Need one more. The Sun. Heavy Leo energy. We've got double confirmation of double Leo. This person could have Leo in their chart. So you got somebody coming back. Now, of course, you do have free will. Just because somebody returns does not mean that you have to take them back. But you're going to have to make a decision, Leo. All right, let's see what the advice, or not Leo, you could be dealing with the Leo. Let's see, Virgo, what is the advice for you? What's the advice for Virgo placements? Virgo. Change is coming. You're being guided through an exciting transformation. This is going to be a time for a joyous opportunity. So if you see a lot of sevens, that's letting you know luck is on your side, that this change is something that is being presented for you. All right, Libra. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Happy Friday, everybody. Hi, Karen. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Monica, Cindy, Veronica. If you're coming on after the live, I'll put the timestamps down below. I could not get StreamYard to work before I went live, so I do apologize. All right, what is going to be the tea for Libra the next 24 hours? What's going on? Next 24 hours for those with Libra placements. What is the tea? Okay, so you could be traveling in the next 24 hours. You need to be very well aware that, yes, you want to go out and have fun, you want to have a good time, but you need to pay attention to the money that you're spending. You might be overspending and not even realizing it. If you're somebody who's just taking your credit card and you're like, oh, well, it is what it is, you may regret it later on. So in the next 24 hours, if you're going on vacation or you're doing some type of traveling, you need to pay attention to the money that you're spending, because you're spending more than what you're bringing in just to have fun. And you're going to regret it down the road. So in the next 24 hours, you're needing to make the choice and the decision that if you're trying to spend money on a romantic partner to try to convince them something, maybe you're traveling a distance to go see them, they need to also be paying for that. You need to pay attention and openly communicate that if you're willing to go the distance, that they're going to have to also participate to help pay maybe for the hotel or travel or adventures that the two of you are going to go on. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Gemini, or a fire sign. You really need to be on your own when it comes to your own budget. Don't let other people decide what your budget should be. So if you're somebody who always just takes care of it, you're needing to pay attention in the next 24 hours, because it's going to put you in a financial pinch later on that you don't see because you're impulsively spending. So just be aware of that. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Virgo, or a fire sign. All right. What other advice is there for the next 24 hours for Libra placements? I'm hearing somebody might be also traveling to come home to see you, and you may decide to spend a bunch of money to go out and do fun stuff with them. What's the advice for Libra? Libra placements. Put your creative energy into action. Even though you may have a spark of creativity, you need to be motivated to create something beautiful, but you don't have to spend the money to be able to create that vision. You could be seeing a lot of 2s or 5s in the next 24 hours. All right, Scorpio. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Somebody could have a dragon t-shirt on, Scorpio. You guys could please like the live if you're in here. I would appreciate it. Hi, Adele. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Kinga. Hi, Peg. Doreen. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good day. All right, Scorpio. What's going on the next 24 hours for Scorpio? Scorpio. Okay, so you may have Libra in your chart because Libra also had some money situation coming up. It looks like, Scorpio, you're going to be in a financial pinch in the next 24 hours, but it's because you overspend on something with somebody new. So maybe you're going on a date and you overspend to try to overconvince this person, overbuy them. Well, you need to realize that this new opportunity with this person, you need to lead with not buying them to like you, but actually who you truly are. So if you have a date, Scorpio, in the next 24 hours that you're thinking, oh, I'm going to take them to a really nice restaurant, I'm going to take them on a boat ride, and all these like extravagant things, you're literally putting yourself in a position of telling yourself it's okay to purchase things to buy somebody. And even though maybe right now you feel that you have the money, maybe you're banking on a bonus at work or a raise at work, or you're expecting to receive some money that it's okay if you spend it now, you're putting yourself in a financial pinch because whatever you're expecting later on hasn't happened yet. Yeah, this is what you're trying to do with this person. You're trying to make this person really overly happy, overly zealous of the money that you're wanting to spend on them. And it's going to put you in a position where you're going to go backwards financially. So make sure if you have a date in the next 24 hours, think of something really heartfelt and genuine to do on your date that does not cost you breaking the bank. Pay attention to, this is an opportunity for you to not start the connection off with trying to buy this person's love or affection or even time. So let's get one more piece of advice for Scorpio in the next 24 hours. You could be 24 or 34 years old, or this person you're going on a date with is. Scorpio. Get your power back. You've forgotten who you are. You're a child of the divine, so take your power back. So this is saying with the 13s is about death and endings, which is change. Change up what you were planning to do. So if you were taking this person skydiving on the first date and a 5-star restaurant, you had something really over the top planned for the first date to really wow this person, you may want to tone it down, because when you put that bar really, really high and over where you really are out of your range, that's going to be the expectation this person's going to have going forward. And if you're not able to maintain that, you're going to be in deep doo-doo. So, all right, let's move on. Sagittarius. If you're coming on after the live, I'll put the timestamps down below. I apologize. Good morning, Veronica. Hi, Martha. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Liz. Stephanie. Happy Friday, everybody. Put in the comments where you guys are from. I'm curious what country you're from or what state you're from if you're in the United States. I am in the United States. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. Let's see what's happening for you in the next 24 hours. You're about to get good news from somebody that you're in a relationship with. This person really loves you and they really do respect you. And they're going to let you know that they're here to defend their position in your life. So it's going to make you feel really happy. You're going to feel that this person is sacrificing things in order to make you happy and wanting to be with you. This person is somebody who sees that this could be a Leo. We have the strength hidden at the bottom of the deck. So this person sees that they're very strong placement in your life. They want something for the long term with the 10 of Cups. They're thinking happily ever after. They're thinking emotional contentment. You make them feel really good. They're also willing to do whatever it takes in order to maintain this relationship. So if this person needs to move things around to make you the priority in their life, they will do that. So it looks like you're going to be feeling really good that this person tells you the truth the next 24 hours, that they're really happy in your relationship. What is the advice for Sagittarius in the next 24 hours? Embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be filled. Sorry, the train's going by. Please hold. Please hold. Enjoy this magical moment. This might be the first time you ever hear from somebody that says this to you, that they really do appreciate you and they really do value your connection. All right, Capricorn, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Capricorn. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Lorna. Okay, you're from South Africa. You're a Scorpio. Okay. Hi, Gary. All right, Capricorn, the next 24 hours, what's going on for you? If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. You guys that are in the live chat, if you could please like the chat, I would appreciate it. All right, Capricorn placements. If you're coming on after the live, I will put the timestamps down below. I apologize. I could not get StreamYard to work before I went live. So, all right. Well, it looks like you're going to get some advice from a friend in the next 24 hours. And it has something to do with somebody that you really do love. Your intuition is telling you this person's not good for you. Your friend or your family member that you, or maybe it's a friend you consider family, they're going to give you some really good advice that maybe it's time to let go. It's time to part ways. You can love somebody and not be with them. Yeah. This is an energy of this person that you're entertaining, they're really just in it for lustful desires. And your friend or your family member is going to be very heartfelt and genuine and being honest with you. You may feel hurt, you may feel disappointed, but this is somebody that you love and you respect their opinion, and their opinion is very significant in your life. Now it looks like you're gonna have to make plans elsewhere. You're gonna have to realize that this person is not in it for a long time, they're just in it for a good time. And you're gonna have to be really, really strict and stubborn with recognizing that maybe it needs to come to an end. And you're gonna have to stand up for yourself. You could be dealing with an Aries, a fire sign, or a water sign. All right, let's get a card of advice for Capricorn. What's the advice for Capricorn? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's gonna serve their highest good? Capricorn. Be a light to others. This powerful message that your friend says to you, you're gonna hold on to this message, and you're actually going to use this message to help other people later on. You don't see it's gonna come full circle, but this is going to be like golden advice that you're gonna hold on to forever. Have you ever had somebody in your life where they tell you something that's really significant and you hold on to it and you use it later on down the road? That's what this situation is gonna be in the next 24 hours. It's gonna be very impactful for you. Aquarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Happy Friday, good morning everybody. All right, Aquarius, what's happening in the next 24 hours? You're gonna be putting in a lot of efforts to achieve something emotional with somebody in the next 24 hours, and you're gonna be really excited because you're going to receive the same thing in return. So if you're getting ready to tell somebody, you know what, I love you, I like you, I wanna be with you, you're getting the same communication. Look at that, the 4 of Wands. You might even tell somebody in the next 24 hours, I see myself marrying you. I see coming home to you. I see building a life with you. You're receiving communication in return. You're gonna be so excited. This is a brand new beginning for you and this person. You're gonna feel like you're on top of the world, that you finally like rip off the Band-Aid and tell this person that you wanna give more and more and more to this connection because you see clearly who they are and the value and worth that they bring to the table. So you're finally stepping out of your comfort zone to be honest with this person and tell them what's in your heart. And you're gonna be really surprised because they feel the same way. All right, what's the advice for Aquarius in the next 24 hours? What is the advice? Trust that the guidance you're receiving from the divine is letting you know this is clearing away any worries you might have. So you may get this epiphany, this aha moment that is telling you now's the time to tell your person how you feel. That's the divine saying it's time. And that's your confirmation for you. All right, let's move on to Pisces. You want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Pisces, what's happening for you the next 24 hours? If you're coming on after the live, I'll put the timestamps down below. All right, Pisces, let's see here. What's happening for Pisces placements the next 24 hours? Someone's leaving your life, and this is a romantic connection. Somebody that, this is, you could be in a same-sex relationship. This person is exiting your life in the next 24 hours. So let's find out what's going on here for Pisces placements. What's happening for Pisces? 8 of Swords. You may find that you feel like a victim of the circumstance, that something, there's maybe your intuition's telling you this person's about to break up with you, this person is keeping secrets, and you're gonna feel like that you don't understand why. Why is this person breaking up with you? Why is this person leaving you? It looks like they're just wanting to take a leap of faith in a different direction. Maybe they wanna be single and independent. Maybe they wanna move, they wanna travel. Maybe they don't wanna settle down. But it looks like You're recognizing or feeling like a victim of the circumstance because this person is somebody who you're in a romantic partnership. For some of you, this is same-sex relationship. For others, it's not. But this person just wants something else. They want to change up. They want to do something different. So you're going to find in the next 24 hours that somebody is breaking up with you. All right, let's get one card of advice for Pisces. And then I will answer a few questions. If anybody wants to ask a couple questions or a question about their situation, I'll try to answer those real quick before I have to get off here very soon. All right, Pisces, what's the advice for you? Step into the spotlight. Do not let this situation in the next 24 hours of this person breaking up with you to dim your light. You are somebody who needs to go out. You need to be seen. Do not stay home and eat bonbons and watch a movie and sulk in your sorrow. Go out, do something new, get dressed, make yourself feel really, really good, and step into the spotlight because somebody else might be waiting when you least expect it. All right, so let's see. I'm going to answer a few questions for those that are still on live because I have a couple minutes. Good morning, Soma. I don't accept friends requests. There's a lot of spammers in my comments, so I do not send you guys friends requests. I do not do love spells. All those people in my comments, I try to delete them. I don't always get to them because I'm really busy, but ignore them. Those are people that are just scamming you, trying to get your money. What is Taurus's horoscope? I don't know what you mean by that. That's not really a question for... I mean, I guess you could Google what the horoscope is for Taurus today. I mean, I did Taurus for the next 24 hours. You'll have to rewind it back. I know I have scammers on my live. That doesn't surprise me. When I get StreamYard set up, again, I tried to set it up before I went live, but I didn't have enough time to mess with it. So when I get it set up, then I'll be able to start blocking and deleting the scammers. They always come in the shadows. I feel a lot of stress around you. I don't know what's going on. I kind of feel like... What does that say? I kind of feel like there might be some people in your life causing the stress. Okay, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, Miss Virgo. Could you recap? No, you can just go back. Virgo was at timestamp 1920. So you could just rewind back to 1920. Hi, Garfield. Hi, Shelly. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes if you guys have any free questions. I'm answering free questions right now while I'm still on live before I get off here in a couple minutes. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, Danielle, for joining my live. I appreciate it. And you're welcome. Hi, Christina. Pisces is timestamp 34.06. You can rewind back to 34.06. Hi, Stephanie. All right, Teresa, are there any love coming back into my life? Let's see, Teresa. You have a Knight of Wands that wants to return. So somebody who is in a lustful manner. So if you were hooking up with somebody or sleeping with somebody, friends with benefits, that person is going to attempt to come back. And they're going to try to promote you. They're going to tell you everything you actually want to hear. They're going to say they recognize your value and your worth because they want something so much more. But they're just trying to hold on to you as an option. So keep that in mind, Teresa. Okay, Kinga, will I be with the person I'm thinking about? Let me see here. Kinga, will you be with the person you're thinking about? No, you're going to feel at a loss because this person may jump ship. They may just ghost you or abandon you. So I don't think that you're going to be with that person. Erdria, hopefully I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. Will my love life change for the better? Will your love life change for the better? Yes, I think you need to spend more time with your friends, your family. You need to go out and socialize more. If you do that and you put yourself out there with the intentions that you're open to it and you're receptive to receiving it, then I do see it could improve. But you have to take that step to do that. Darcy just got a new job. Just wondering if it will go through. Will Darcy's new job go through? Yes, it's going to go through, and you're going to be working really hard at this new job. It's something that you can actually make plans to be there for quite some time. I do see longevity with that new job. Good morning, Laura and Tracy. Good morning, Shelly. Oh, you do know who that is, Teresa? Okay. Well, that's good. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Everybody has their opinion. I got 2 guys. I wonder which one is for me. KC or High Chief, Cindy? Let's see. Is KC or High Chief for Cindy? KC, you're going to put in a lot of work with it, but there's a Tower moment. There's something you don't see when it comes to that situation. When it comes to High Chief, you know what? This person is really smart and intelligent, but they like to stay single and independent. They don't want to be in a relationship. So I see with KC, you will definitely be surprised, I think, that he or she is going to put in more work. Or he is. Okay, I see it says guys. Okay. Nicole, is he moving on his... Is he moving on his Virgo? Okay, you want to know, is he moving on? Oh, your Virgo, is he moving on, Nicole? Let's see. Ugh. He's got a lot of toxicity around him. He is staying single. He's obsessed with being single and not being in a relationship. So he's not moving on to someone, if you want to know. Alex, it's my old friendship come back. Okay, so will Alex's old friendship come back? No, and you know what? You don't want this old friendship back anyway. This person is very deceptive. They've kept a lot of things from you. They're very much somebody who has betrayed your trust and compromised the situation. You may not even realize it. So no, I see that they're not coming back right now. Now keep in mind, energy can shift and change based on free will. All right, Bolingit, I want to know about this guy I've been talking to for more than a year. All right. What is the energy for the guy you've been talking to for more than a year? He's holding on to him. He's holding on to you. You're holding on to him. Why? It's not going to go anywhere. It is a codependency of just having somebody. It's about, the death card is saying you need to probably realize if it hasn't changed since just talking phase in a year, it's probably not going to change. I mean, he is a Virgo. All right. Okay, Cindy, is Casey my divine masculine? Cindy, is Casey... I got 4 more minutes, then I got to get off. I got some of my kids have dental appointments. I got to get a couple of those too. All right. No, he's not. He's not your divine masculine. You're welcome, Darcy. I appreciate you. Have a good Friday. Happy Friday. Hi, Tawanda. Mikey, is my best friend coming back in a week? Mikey. My best friend coming back in a week. Is his best friend coming back? There is a secret you don't see is this is closing out. So I do not see your best friend is returning. You're going to find out the true reason why they're not returning. But you're going to find it's going to be a secret as to why. You're going to find out the secret. Lisa, the person I'm thinking about, is he being honest or gaslighting me? All right. Is Lisa's person being honest? Yes, he is being honest. He's being very clear with his intentions. So whatever he is saying, he is being clear. Jennifer, is the man that I am with now my final relationship? Is Jennifer's current partner her final relationship? Yes, I think you already know it intuitively. Yes, I do see that very strong. Hi, Buzzaby. Okay, that, how do I block you? Okay. Laura, will my person ever straighten their life out and have pure intentions with me? Will Laura's person ever get their life together and have pure intentions with Laura? Yes, I do see you may end up marrying this person. This person is somebody who, they love you unconditional. You know this person for a long time, maybe even since childhood. I do see that there is strong energy here that you will be able to work this out. You may even end up marrying this person, maybe living together. It will get stronger in time. Laura. Okay, Melinda, you are banned from my page. Goodbye. Good luck. Good riddance. Rhonda, does he love me or move on? Rhonda's person, does he love her or should she move on? He does love you. There is emotions there. He just hasn't had the opportunity to tell you. I see it's a newer person potentially, or maybe a reconnection, but I do see that he's scared to commit to loving you. He does love you, but he's scared to tell you that. You're welcome, Nicole. Hi, Deborah. Melinda is banned. Goodbye. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Bobby. All right, I got one more minute and then I got to boot scoot boogie out of here. All right, Nicole, how does he feel about me? How does he feel about Nicole? He feels like you're an opportunity of a lifetime, that he definitely wants to make a choice or decision to have a conversation with you about this connection. He could also feel that there is a magnetic pull towards you. There could be a soul contract, but he's trying to understand what it is. He's trying to understand why he feels this pull towards you. He doesn't know maybe what soul contracts or soulmates are. So he does feel strong about you. Okay, Kathleen, the man I'm with is Aquarius. I am a Sagittarius. Is this the last man I'm going to be with? Kathleen. Is Aquarius man for Kathleen her last? No. I see you want to try to defend that you think this person is, but this person isn't. This is actually just supposed to be a supportive connection to help support you, to help put your guard down and not be defensive. All right, I'm going to do one more and then I got to get out of here. You're welcome, Cindy. You're welcome, Bullying It. Hi, Annis. I blocked Melinda. She is a scammer. You guys, if you don't purchase a reading from my website, it's not me. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do any of that other stuff that these scammers always do. Deborah, will my lover ever divorce his wife for me? Let's see. This is the last question today. Sorry, guys. All right, I got to go. Deborah, will your lover divorce their wife? Yep. I see that there is justice and there is rapid action. It will happen really, really quickly, but they're not going to tell you, with the moon being hit at the bottom of the deck, they're not going to tell you when they do it. They're going to wait until they take the action to do it. Then you'll know that it is done and taken care of. Okay, I want to thank everybody who joined the live. Please like it. I would appreciate it. If you're checking this after the live, I'll put the timestamps down below. You can go to your timestamps. Feel free to check out your sun, moon, or rising. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Have a happy Friday, beautiful Friday, and have a nice day. Bye.